Oh, we're excited about this. Our friend Roop Raj coming in early this morning.
So early.
Do you remember the shift?
Right.
Roop, do you remember the shift?
Oh,
You've done it for a number of years.
I do.
Yes.
I loved it. I did. You know, the hardest part of the shift is waking up and then being awake and ready to be on TV at a certain time. But
that's what that's for.
you all make it look easy. Yeah, exactly. Now I work nights, and it's
That has its challenges too.
It's hard. Yeah.
So, Roop, you were invited, I guess is the right word, to interview former President Trump. How did this come about?
So they called. You know, I've interviewed him 3 other times, twice as president, once as a candidate. And they called yesterday morning and said, we have an opportunity. The president would like to speak with, the former president would like to speak with you about, you know, just his thoughts on Michigan and where things stand. And so, of course, you say yes. I mean, he's the main candidate running on the Republican ticket. You always are going to say yes. We had a good conversation. I mean,
Where was he geographically?
I believe he's in New York.
Okay.
He is in New York. He's at, I believe, at Trump Tower was where the interview was done from. But we had a really good conversation. Look, he talked about the hostages in Gaza. I think we broke some news here today with the former president. His thoughts on the situation in Israel and Gaza. He doesn't believe that any of the hostages are alive anymore in his mind. He kind of spanned the topics and went all the way to EVs, and he says, you know, EVs are not a good thing for everybody. Some people want them, but he says the first day he's in office, he will sign off on getting rid of that mandate, that EV mandate. He says on his first day in office, that's one of the things he wants to do. And he talked about abortion. And so it was an interesting conversation. If you want, we can listen to just a little piece of it right here. In 2016, you really kind of ran your campaign talking about abortion in one way, in a more restrictive manner. In 1999, when you were a businessman, you said that you were pro-choice and you think it's up to a woman. It changed in 2016, and then again, it seems like it's flipping a little bit again. Give people an idea as to what's going on. Are you following your convictions or following the polls?
No, I'm following my convictions, and what we're doing is with states' rights, I also follow the law. And when you got it into the states, it's states' rights, it's the state will decide. Now, the state is deciding through votes, and the votes are going to be, in some cases, tougher, and in some cases, very loose. I think Michigan's going to actually be very loose.
But what about the 6-week ban? No one seems to want that in the liberal circles or even the moderate circles here in Michigan.
That's right. They're going to vote against that. They will, in my opinion, that's what they'll do. One stat before we go. Venezuela was very crime-ridden. They announced the other day 72% reduction in crime in the last year. You know why? They moved all their criminals from Venezuela right into the good old USA. And Biden let them do it. It's a disgrace.
But, sir, where are those numbers coming from?
I guess I get them from the papers in this case. I think it's a federal statement or, well, they're coming actually from Venezuela. They're coming from Venezuela.
We'll have to check on that. But, Mr. President, I want to say thank you so much for joining us here today. And we hope you'll come back and we'll do a debate with President Biden here in Michigan sometime soon.
I'll be there. I'll be there. Thank you very much.
Oh, good follow-up, Roop, because that's a tough position to be in. We all say ask tough questions, ask follow-up, but it's difficult to do sometimes.
Well, and this president, I've noticed just interviewing Biden and interviewing Trump, they both have their strategies when it comes to how to get around perhaps a topic they want to talk about more than another. One thing this president has made clear when you challenge him too much is he'll tell you that you're being disrespectful or it's fake. And those are things that I've witnessed and seen myself. But when you come up with a number, and as you'll see, the Venezuelan crime rate number is still, if you look it up on several sites, is under debate. Because the Venezuelan government doesn't keep track of crime stats the same way we do on a quarterly basis. So it's, where did the numbers come from? When was that? Bloomberg has reported on it. Other people have reported on it. But look, here's the deal. We got two guys who, regardless of where your politics lie, they want your vote. And our job is to make sure we're asking the questions that people at home deserve. We talked about abortion, as you heard there, and we followed up quite a bit on that one. Ultimately, he knows that this election is going to be decided on a couple of key issues. We know it's the border. We know it's abortion. We know it's your pocketbook. And that's what we talked to him about unions. I said, look, you got unions that are popping up in the South now. I said, what is your message to the men and women of the UAW here in Michigan as they watched this interview. Is it a good thing that we're unionizing down south? He had some strong opinions about that. I don't want to give away everything because then you won't watch Let It Rip this Thursday at
I do
10:30.
feel like it's a fascinating interview. I did watch it. I thought you did a nice job. There's a lot of, I'm getting the rap queue, so we'll wait for Thursday, I guess. But great interview, Roop. Good job.
Hey, thank you. Good to see all of you.
It's difficult. Many different issues.
We covered the gamut, so hopefully you'll watch.
Yeah,
Yep.
Good stuff. All right, Roop Raj, come visit us anytime, please.
You will open invite on this chair?
Yeah, right here. We'll roll you up.
I
We'll roll you
appreciate
in
it.
and we'll roll you out.
I'll roll out right now.
There you
Right,
go.
guys. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Bye, Roop.